hopefully. Hello, everybody. Here we go. It's Doran Corkum, creator of Whitefire Comics, coming at you as we go live here for Kickstarter Rakehell II. We're about to launch the button here in a second. Just give me 1 second to get the camera going. I think I'm hiding underneath this little display here. Ha! Here I am. All right, let's hide the comments. All right, let's get at this. So the purpose of today is to launch finally Rakehell II. It's been a lot of work, and there's been a lot of people's fingers in the pie here to make this all happen. So thank you all, and we're just going to get through the process here. Awesome. Thanks, Gil, for letting me know you can hear me. Now we're going to start things off here, and we will start by, I guess, just let's go press the button. Let's just share it and get the thing going. Because that's what we're here to do, right? We're ready to launch. So here's our lovely page. We're going for 30 days, $1,500. I've lowered the dollar value because everybody's saying it's a hard time right now on Kickstarter. So hopefully it won't be for us, but we're about to find out, and we're supposed to get the party started. Uh-oh, I've read these terms. Let's launch it. Congratulations, your project is live. All right, here we go. Okay, so I'm not going to go through the project right now. I wanted to just present a couple things in chat here, so I'm just going to get us out of this share and move us on back into Restream. I'm a professional, honest. All right, so we're back in here. Let's stop. Haha, here I am. So I compared some slides today to go through a couple things and introduce you to the story a little bit of Rakehell II and Rakehell in general and what's going on. So let me just get to my slides. All right, so first off, we'll start with the good old, we're going to get to the town of Rakehell for the first time, just barely in this story. We're going to be dealing with the conflict between Keeper and Mangrel as that battle continues. But I just wanted to show this out. Obviously, I'm Doran Corkum, creator, story writer, letterer. I pretty well do it all: character design, editing. I make the comic, and artist Aja Cesaro has been absolutely amazing to help me get this project done. He approached me a few years ago and said, hey, he'd like to work on it. So that was an awesome start to our relationship, and he's a super talented artist. And from there, we've just expanded and got more and more talent to come help us out. So thank you to everybody. And let's just go a little bit through the story. I'll just show you here in case you haven't seen already. Rakehell II, I'm calling it Ghost Town. And it's the crusade continues as a battered keeper struggles to control the demonic forces he unleashed. Meanwhile, a local causes quite a stir in the cursed town of Rakehell. So there's a couple of things that are going to start to happen in this issue. I hope you enjoy it. It's 32 pages. I made sure it had some more pages in it, so it's a little bit more. I know it's taken a while to get Rakehell 2 to you, which is a mouthful to say. And also as well, this QR code, which is, I always point the wrong way with this, which is over here. You can scan to get to the Kickstarter, or you can use the URL in the little banner down below that's scrolling by. So that's just a little introduction to what's happening here. I don't like to give away too much, and this gets me in trouble sometimes when doing a Kickstarter because it's hard to sell something when you won't give away what's going on. But I think I always hated it when you got a trailer, and at the end of that trailer, you've basically seen some of the last scenes of the movie, or it gave away a lot of critical stuff. So hopefully we won't give away too much here, but we'll create some interest. First off, we just want to go through and just show you guys a couple things. As you know, Keeper, you would have been introduced in version 1-2. He's a very devout, wise, and occult character who is very mysterious. And we also got revealed, a spoiler, put your fingers in your ear for a second. I'll remove them when you can remove them. He's also a Templar, part of a secret Templar order. I think we've pretty well figured out from issue 1. So spoiler gone part. So just, we know he's out there. He's in trouble. He's unleashed something that he thought he's trying to do good. He acquired a body that he knew was cursed and went through his ritual, but unfortunately things didn't quite go as planned. So on the next part of the fun, we're introducing a few new characters in Rakehell II. The first up is Nick. He's the Rakehell County police officer who is very intelligent, stressed out to the max, very soft-hearted. He kind of got the post, as will be revealed over time. He kind of got the post. He knows it's a crappy post, but it was the only kind of spot he could get a job and get his promotion he wanted. But he was he didn't want to be in Rakehell, but he is in Rakehell, and he's trying to deal with it. And he just doesn't know what the heck is wrong with this place. And we'll join him as he tries to figure out what is going on over time. And on a super fun side, the next character we have up is actually Trev from Trev's Towall. So this is going to be a great character. He's a hillbilly type character, but very passionate, helpful, but very, very naive, very backcountry type person. And I named him Trev after one of my best friends. He's not in any ways representing Trev. He's just named after him. I try to add some of my friends' names into the stories. It's a little bit of homage to them. But anyway, so yep, that's a flat. So Trevor's Towall will be a big part of Rakehell. And this character will be put into some situations, and his demons will come back to face him as well. Like he has some things in his life that he's not in control of, and he has some problems that we're going to work through. And you'll see as the story continues. Hopefully, as the story continues, as you support it, of course. Next, of course, if you seen what's going on with Rakehell, and you've seen some of the art, we have a good old hellhound running around in issue 2. We introduce it in issue 1. Very, very briefly. Again, Keeper doesn't know what he's dealing with, but the Hellhound itself, as a creature from hell, is very tormented, foul, and of course, very evil. So I look forward to the battle that's going on here, and maybe we're going to see a lot more Hellhounds coming out of this as Mangrel moves through what his goals are now that he's crossed over into the mortal realm. That's him. And of course, we have the character. We always need a good bad guy in a series. That's my strength. I usually start with that first when I do things and then move out of it. But Mangrel is literally a Rakehell king, which is Rakehell is a species of demons that are very meant to manipulate mankind and rewarded for doing such. So all this is kind of laid out in some of our summary stories and our preludes. And if you ever saw The Great Jonathan, or I guess it's just called Quint now, it started out as The Great Jonathan Quint. It's a short story I did over a decade ago, but it's actually part of the Untold Tales comic you can get in the Kickstarter as well. And it shows how Mangrel tortures a soul called Quint, which leads to the Quint Curse series that we have here. So there's a link. And it's kind of a backstory. So yeah, check that out. You can get the comic. You can get the digital with this actual Kickstarter. And of course, Mangrel is very manipulative. That's what he was designed for as a demon by the devil himself. Very cunning and very, very evil. Okay. So past that, just to show you off a couple pages here, we've got some great art here from Aja. We're just going to go through them quickly just to give a little heads up. You might have seen the animations around if you've been following things or seeing me on Facebook. Right here, we got Trevor, and he somehow encountered Mangrel in a prone situation. Won't go into what happened, what's going on, but anyways. And here's a really, really cool Rakehell page that I've been working on. Sorry, not Rakehell, Hellhound page in Rakehell. So just a little bit of fire coming out of the Hellhound itself, like a little tiny dragon. Great art by Aja. I relayed out the page. I've done all the logo work here. This is what I bring to the table as an artist and a creative person myself. So I reframed this page and I put the graphics in here of Raflalouche. I like that sound. I don't know why. Past that, a couple more little slides here, and then we'll look at the actual Kickstarter itself. Just a thank you to everybody. Aja, of course, we've already talked to it. Joaco Guerrera has been amazingly helpful, and he did some of the really great pieces of art. Erwin actually helped us out. Jay Arosa. I came in really late, and he's one of the reasons why we now have 6 covers. I never planned to have 6 covers, but we'll discuss that as we go through the Kickstarter. But Erwin was really fast, really helpful, and the art turned out awesome. Diego Camaro, I believe it is his last, how you pronounce his last name, has been awesome for the last year and a half and coming up. When I need colors done and I need them done reasonably quick and someone who can get the job done, he did the Rakehell coloring. He did a Mangrel piece coloring, both for Jocko's art. And I tweaked some of them to make them, modify them a little bit myself, quite a bit in some scenarios, but amazing colors, really quick, good guy to deal with. And reasonably priced. And of course, Derek Stevens, he actually did this cover up here from Rakehell I of Keeper. And he also does, each time we've had a collector's edition, he's been the guy I ask for a really interesting, different styled cover for our collector's editions for Rakehell, that hopefully Rakehell II's collector's edition you'll like and want. It's going to be full foil. And artist Sergio. So Sergio, I just met. I'm sorry, Sergio, I don't remember. I just literally met him 2 days ago, and he just did the art that we just saw for Nick, the police officer, the Rakehell County police officer, and for Trevor. And he just did that literally each day. I got a new piece from him. He needed some work, and I threw the idea at him so we could help get things going here. So fantastic with that. And of course, Anita, thank you so much from Indie Comic Connections, I believe it's called overall, but she's been helping me promote. And this is the second time she's helped me promote. And it's a hard, thankless task to do these things. So thank you. And of course, I've got Gillian's name up here. That's my spouse. So we've been together a long time, and she's the one who has to deal with me all the time talking about this stuff and help me through, get these Kickstarters sometimes. And helps with the edits a lot. With things. So thank you to everybody up front there. There's more to thank. There's Pops. There's probably going to be a lot. There's a lot of people in the community, and we'll get to that as we go through the next month of Rakehell II. And last but not least, and of course, Rakehell, you make this happen. I can't do this alone. I've been promoting like crazy for the last month and a half. I've thrown everything at this, the kitchen sink in the works, but it's up to you guys to go out there and help me if you can. And that's, we have rewards starting at $5 going right up, but also as well, tell a friend. If you can't afford $5, if you know what I mean, or if you just don't like Kickstarter for some reason, there's people that just tell a friend it exists. Hey, help, that'll help, spread the fire of White Fire Comics. And that's it for that part. Let's take a little look at the Kickstarter itself now and just go through it. I've tried to do some really cool stuff here. There's a lot of things. So we'll go through it as quick as we can. All right, let's hide this. Haha. And oh wow, I'm in the bottom corner. Look at me go. All right. Okay, so you can watch the just an FYI at the top. Oh, I didn't realize I have to actually scroll through the page this way. Well, let me just change this. Oh, it won't let me take control. Haha. Okay. All right. So here we go. So you can watch the video. If you haven't seen it or not, there's an extended video that will give you also an introduction to Rakehell itself, Rakehell II itself. And, it's a cool little couple-minute video, and it'll give you a flavor for everything that's going on with Rakehell. Right in here, we're starting off with, what is the Rakehell comic series? And first off, welcome to the Kickstarter page, right? And this is the passion project for me. I've always, it combines a lot of things. It's my sister's fault. I probably started watching horror movies back when I was a young person. That's all we had, believe it or not, VHS and beta when I would go babysit at her house. But it introduced me to a lot of things. And I fell in love with the genre and the dark fantasy genre. With my admiration, of course, for the Templar Order in history, I find them a very interesting group of people who had so many rules and were trying to be so righteous, and their betrayal, it all just fits so well into this kind of dark fantasy world, and their desire to do what's right, but yet they got betrayed, right, by Philip, King Philip of France, and by the Vatican themselves. Their desire to protect the weak is lessons in humility that, reaches far past the religious alliance, and to try and throw some of their elements in here and a secret order of them that survived all these years. I mean, anybody who's watched The Curse of Oak Island or anything of that nature can enjoy the fantasy or the feeling of intrigue as we try and figure out what's going on that island. And there's a chance that the Templars are possibly related to it. This kind of spawns off of that idea. And beyond that, just please support all of us on this creative journey. So first off, the first week here, I'm going to give away 10 of these challenge coins. One of them is going to be like a gold-plated one, and the other one is going to be, the rest of them will be this kind of silver look, but they're both absolutely gorgeous. Now, I didn't make these. I found these a couple years ago, and I bought them because they're so beautiful, but I wanted something to give away that was really cool to those who might be interested in the Templars, but also something that's a cool kind of reward as a challenge token. So if I flip this back, I should be able to show these to you. If I figure out how to flip this back. All right. Okay, so right here is one of the coins. Going the wrong way. But they'll come in a little plastic case. Like they're just a beautiful, see if I can get them out of that light. Beautiful little coin, and here's the gold, the kind of golden one. It's not real gold, sorry people, not real silver. It's just gold plated. But these are cool little keepsakes, and you're getting them for free for just supporting us in the first week. Randomly 10 people. And one will get lucky and get the kind of the nicer golden looking one. All right, so back to this. Back to the share. Oops, I just turned the share off. Let's go back to the share. Haha, like a pro. So what I did, which is really different with this Kickstarter, is I tried to throw in, make it very, make it more flow different. Like for instance, I created GIF animations. For instance, in this under the story section, if you just sit here for a second, you'll see it's going to change. It's going to change from the image. This helps with the real estate of the Kickstarter, but you'll get kind of the same little summary of Rakehell 2 here, and then you'll get the series prelude, which you'll see inside of the issue number 1 comic. I might put it in front of in the cover on issue number 2. I'll decide that later. And as well, just quickly, we just went through this, but you can, I made a little animation, GIF animation of all the different characters that you would have just seen as well. Just a cool little way to introduce the characters to everybody on the Kickstarter. And then the pages. So the pages, we saw most of these pages. It's in an animation form as well, which I think is really neat. I saw someone else do this, and I kind of ripped it off. So in this case, not ripped it off in a bad way, a good way, right? You like it. So here we're going to get into the covers. There's 6 of them. So our default cover by Aja Cerezo is going to be, I hate using the word default or standard. I just call it the Ghost Town edition. It'll be $15 print and digital and $5 for just the digital. And there'll, of course, be rewards based on that. We've got the Gated Soul variant. This is Irwin's work here on the right, and this is Joaco's on the back. I thought the art went really well together. $20 for the variant cover with the PDF. And then I am not offering it separately as a digital, at least not at this point, unless people say, hey, they want it as a digital, and I'll add it. Let me know. And as well, next up, we've got the Joaco cover, but I'll call it the Hellhound variant cover. So I'll be able to sign the front of this one because I actually modified the colors on the Rakehell on the front here. So I did it off of Diego's work, but I really took it to an extreme here, and it was a lot of work on my end to try and create the darkness and kind of the glow that you get from this piece of art. And it's really a beautiful piece of art, and the eyes, which was done by Diego, but they kind of move a little bit. You'll see later on when I show you the holochrome poster. But on the back, we got a keeper with the moon and stuff. Pretty cool stuff. We've got the anime horror cover. So Aja provided me some more art, and I saw this one piece, and it was actually the original idea I had, kind of with Keeper's hat on fire down here at the front, and the Hellhound, and I should call it a Rakehound. But that's, anyways, and Rakehell, Demon King here, Mangrel, kind of looking at the cross with the burning hat, and then we got Keeper on the back here, of course. Again, $20 print and digital. And then one day I was just sitting here on the weekend. I thought, what can I do that's different that people might find interesting as a cover? You see all these Marvel covers. I can't do that with this. This is a horror comic. There's not. And then it hit me. I had met George A. Romero about 6 years ago, just before his passing, at one of the Comic Cons here in Ottawa. And we saw a special screening. And I just reflected on that and said, you know what? I'm going to take the art, and this is Joaco's art combined with Aja's art. and I'm going to make my own kind of homage cover to George, or I call it the Romero variant cover. So I really love this thing. You can't probably make it out here a little bit. Well, you can make it out here a little bit, that there's some staining. So I made it kind of look like it was aged on the cover. I didn't do tears or anything like that, and I might still, but it looks like it's aged, like it's been stained a little bit, the art, but it just pops when you see it. It's really cool. $20 print and digital. And here we get into the collector's edition. So this is my my big gun weapon here. We'll have a limited print of 100 again, full foil cover this time. This will be the first time doing a foil cover. But the way this shines right now, this thing is going to look amazing and be well worth the $40. I've seen people charge a lot more than $40 for full foil covers. Plus, this will be a limited to 100 printed copies as well. There'll never be more than 100. It also will have an eight page plus gallery of the covers. And so I'll add all the covers in as a gallery. You'll also get a printed version of the Templar decoder card, which is, so in the comic, I've hidden runes throughout it. And it's like almost like a puzzle game where you can search and find it and get a little more information on maybe on the story or get a clue to something. So that's the idea of the Templar card. It's to make the comic a little more different and to make it unique and a little more fun, honestly, for people. Other dark rewards we're going to get into is there's a catch-up tier, of course. The first covers of Rakehell 1 and 2 here, $30 with the digital and print, and $10 digital only as tiers. Pick the bones. I've only got limited editions of Rakehell 1, the collector's edition, left. So this will be very limited. I think it'll be limited to 20, but you can get, if you're a collector type person and you love collector's editions, you can pick the bones and you can get both of our collector's editions in one little bundle and get up to speed at the same time by reading the PDFs. If you're a collector, I'm sure you don't want to touch the comics themselves. You'll want to keep them wrapped up, of course, right? And then there's the Whitefire Comics bundle, which would be $6 print and digital and $20 digital. It's everything I've got comic-wise so far. So it's Rakehell 1 and 2. It's the Untold Tales that I mentioned earlier. It's 2 short stories in one comic, and it flips around like the old Marvel comic presents, just to give you 2 stories of the world of Whitefire. And it introduces Mangrel for the first time in Quint, the Quint short story. And then there's the Forsaken Future, which I just launched in about March this year, March, but started the Kickstarter last year. So that's what's happening there. So you can get all of our comics in print and digital. And then there's the Rake It In tier. Hey, you collect, you want it all. So this is all the covers, all 6 covers from this release of Rakehell 2. Which is awesome to think. It's the first time I've ever done 6 covers, but this is about comics, right? That's the way I looked at it. I just had ideas. It just worked out that other people came to me with more. I'm like, you know what? Let's give people options and let's let them collect them if they want them. The other thing that's coming with this is the 2 hologram posters and the legacy card set of Whitefire Comics. So this is an endeavor. The card set itself is an endeavor we started years ago when me and Corey started out on this adventure. And this is the first thing that we ever sold as Whitefire Comics and produced. It's dated in some senses of the way I wrote things. Corey's writing is excellent. But we've come a long ways. The art is cool just to see where we were and to see where we've evolved to. And the set itself is gorgeous. That's silver ink on the front of the on top of it's called a midnight black card, and it comes in that plastic case as well. But also, just to go back to here, I always do this wrong to stop the screen share. I can show you the actual hologram covers. I did this earlier, but I've set myself up a little better to do this. I did this last week. Let's put some extra light on because you have to see these things shine. The first off is Derek Stevens. I mean, you put this on a wall, and it is going to just shine on that wall. Now, I've got an excessive amount of light on it so you can see the shine. At work, the light's beautiful for it in a natural environment. Right about there, it looks like you can kind of see it. But just as you walk by it in your basement, in my case, in the basement, wherever you put your art in your collection, this is a show-off piece. And they'll be sold separately for $20 each in a plastic case like this that'll protect it when it's shipped. But an absolute gorgeous piece of art from Derek Stevens. And Derek, you should be proud of this. This one's really, really cool. The other holochrome cover we have as well is of the Rakehell. So I keep calling it a Rakehell, the Hellhound. I should call it a Rakehound still. But you'll see the eyes are kind of glittering there a little bit. So I'll bring this out. But as you walk by it, you can see the eyes kind of glitter and the flames kind of fire up a bit. Really, really cool. This is Joaco Guerrero's art combined with Diego's coloring and my coloring all together here. So I'll be able to sign this one because it's all three of us who really created this one. But absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous posters. And those are all add-ons. That's important to note at that stage, other than the reward tier we just talked about. Okay, so let's go back to the Kickstarter. So now we're into the add-on section. So let me get rid of some of this light. So I wanted to make this one special, and I knew that it could be challenging. What I did was Aja had done a series of sketch cards for us for Rakehell 1, or for me, I guess, for Rakehell 1. And I reached into that collection. I don't have many left, and these are actually part of the ones I wanted to keep. And I've got them right here. But these three cards, let me flip this around. Someday I'll get good at this streaming, flipping between screens. All right, so let me just show you. I mean, we have the Lady and Goddess card. Again, I didn't want to part with these, but I'm giving them at a good price as well to try and help the project through and to help make sure it makes its money. So the Lady and Goddess card, I call this one. Gorgeous piece of real art by Aja. Each one of these is really, really cool. It's got this kind of demon. I haven't named them, but all of these will become in the series too. So you'll have the original art card of these characters, and then they'll become in the series later on. And then, I forget what I called this one. The Forgotten, I called this one. And then we have this art card, which I call the Unnamed Hero. So we'll figure out the character names once we get into the series, but they'll all be added to the series, and you will end up having an art card that is the original drawing of it. If this ever goes anywhere, you'll have it at a really good price for your collection. Oh yes. Yeah, so I happen to have some extra stuff, and I created these before. So I call it a kick kit. And what I did is I took all the extra stuff from Rakehell 1 and put it into a little kit for people so that they can feel like they got the Kickstarter if they missed out on Rakehell 1 Kickstarter. I've only got 2 of these. The only 2 limited. That's it. That's all you get. And just to show you guys, there's a picture of it there. But it's always better, I think, to see these in full size, right? So this is the sticker set from 1. And you'll see I made this little kind of kit thing, and it's $15. And I was selling these at the cons, but I only got 2 left. And then on the back, you'll see a mix of stuff. This one might lay it out better. Yeah. So you'll see a mix of stuff. There's a skull and a stick bookmark in there. There's these 2 bonus cards from the first Kickstarter of artist, the Fate Dealer. She's and Dawn, the Lady and Angel, here on the other side. And then there's 4 9x6 art prints in here as well from the series. So that's the kit. That'll make you get the Rakehell 1 collector's edition. You can get the kit, etc., and be totally up to speed, just like you were there. Maybe I should do split screen when I do this. I wonder if this would work better. Look at me go. I might become a pro at this at some point. So next up is the holochrome posters. We just went over there. You just saw them. They're phenomenal. And this is something I've been doing. So I got a laser, and there's a whole bunch of things you might have seen in videos of me creating die cut covers and some of the different stuff I've been going at with my laser. But I needed to keep it simple at the start. And I have plans for a die cut cover coming up for Rakehell once we hit issue 4, where we'll do a real badass die cut cover. It's going to be phenomenal. It's really good. I've already got it planned out, but we got to get there, right? But for now, I wanted to do some. You saw me do some bracelets, but I want to keep it with just one per thing. So I decided to go with these. I created what I call a cross blade bookmark, and this is meant to be super antique looking. I designed all this and cut it out on my laser from real leather. It's got nothing on the back. That's the real. It's real leather, right? So you don't necessarily print on the back of it. And I got even this tassel I printed out. I cut out with a laser, and then I put it on the top here, put the hole in, and put it on the top. So this is a gorgeous little bookmark and really ancient looking, shall we say? And I just love it. This is all hand done. Other than I guess hands don't use. Well, I created this graphic wise. I used a laser to cut it out, and then you hand stain it. It's not this color, so I hand leather stained it this color, and then again I braided the thing on top. Braided. I never thought macrame would come in handy. My mom forced me as a kid to do macrame. Not little macrame thing came in. How do you like that? Okay, so we keep going down. Now, I'm not wearing the Rakehell t-shirt today. I own one of these, and I absolutely love it. For $30, it's tagless, and that word from 100% ring spun cotton, boy, is it comfortable, and boy, does it breathe. Is it ever a comfortable t-shirt? I absolutely enjoy it. I'm actually working right now tonight to try and see if I can create a Rakehell shirt with raise a little hell on it, as a saying, just like the old song. So we'll see if I can pull that off or not. And as well, we discussed a few minutes ago the actual card set. So this is the card set, the 15 card set. That's a beautiful little set, great little collector's item for $5. The other thing I keep saying other thing, but more things that I've added on to this, and it is a lot, is a poster bundle option. I've been wondering how to do this. I've got all this great art. How can I get it to people? I got to make it affordable, right? If you just buy one poster, you're going to have to pay like, $5 shipping on that, because now it's an 11 by 17 shipping, right? On top of your card sets and all that. So it's going to add on about, I'm guesstimating $5 onto your shipping. But it's not for one poster. I just don't think it's worth it for you guys. So what I thought of is to create a 3 poster minimum here. So it's worth it on the shipping, to try and help with that five, make that $5 shipping divided by 3, but $1.60, $1.75 each. You're going to pay more than this to ship it as well. So it'll be $20 all in Canadian. That's important. So take 25% back off that. You're back down to your $15. So you'll be able to select from all of these posters, and there might be some more. I might not have listed them all, but for now, these will be the ones. I've actually already got them over here on the side. I'll show them off in a second. And you'll be able to pick 3 that you want. Some of these are my art, like G is my art, and it's just amazing. I forget the colorist's name, but he was excellent. M and N is my art. O is my coloring. Q is my coloring. And then there's a lot of different things in here, and a lot of different options from both projects. This is Whitefire Comics, so it has a mix of the Forsaken Future posters with the horror posters of Rakehell or dark fantasy posters. I'll show you some of them right now, just quickly. Because seeing it is believing it, right? And there's a lot of little things there. So this is Derek Stevens' art from issue 1. I felt it deserved a poster. My brother Tim loves this one, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a poster of it. You can get Irwin's. This has been very, very popular, the cover, but also as well, you can get the poster for $5 as well. The homage cover to Romero, George A. Romero. You can get a poster of it for $5. Again, they're going to cost you $5 each. You want to talk shipping, $6.50 each. Really, really cool. Jocko Guerrera, and now I'm getting a mind blank on it. Diego Camaro did this one. This is absolutely gorgeous. It pops, this poster, for $5. It's John Liger with Christian Caliber from The Forsaken Future. characters that aren't introduced yet till the issue 2 of the Forsaken Future. This is a character video game name tag Fast Draw. This is a piece of art I did years ago. Some people at the cons really like it. I think they like it because it's just this kind of cartoony type drawing of the Earth and these two aliens playing with them, like an alien playing with the moon and kind of looking at the Earth. It's meant to be the green and gray aliens, so it's got a little bit of that kind of feel to it. It's very simplistic, but it's my piece. Issue 2 cover art for the Forsaken Future 2. Pretty cool piece. People would have already seen this in the Forsaken Future 1. This is the Lucky 13 shelter crew that the story is mostly focusing around. I should change that light so it's not that direction. But anyways, it's a beautiful little cover piece. And this is probably my favorite. So this will be a cover actually for the Forsaken Future 3. This is my art as well. It's a collaboration with multiple colorists. It is a beautiful piece of art. I call it the Savage Edition. That'll be the name of it, but you can get it early now, before they release this as a poster for $5. David Ocampa's work, former Marvel artist, Zenoscope, very popular guy, very almost like a book cover detail. Again, you would have seen this in the Forsaken Future 1 cover. You can now get its poster. You can get the Rakehell non-holochrome as a poster. Ajaz's work cover, pretty cool little poster if you're a horror fan. And of course, last but not least, Derek Stevens' work again, the Grandmaster cover piece of Keeper, and you can get that for $5. So that's it. That is everything in the sense of physically. I think, there's a couple more little things I can show, I guess. A couple of the rewards, just quickly, if you can see the shine. So I moved the wrong one upside down. Aha. So I got 2 hologram stickers, 3 inches by 3 inches, that'll be released of Keeper and the Hellhound. So just an FYI. Those will be part of the unlocks, I believe. And I'm treating this kind of like what happened to my camera? There we go. I'm treating this like an online Comic-Con almost. Like you're at my table. That's why I wanted to treat this like tonight to get things going. And past that, let me switch over here and just at the bottom that we just saw the holographic sticker. The first holographic sticker. There'll be a screensaver. Second up, if we hit $5,000 and $7,000, I haven't decided yet what we'll have. And just to mention that through these comics, again, there's a Templar decoder card, and there's hidden runes throughout the comic for you to interpret. And in some cases, decisions will be made, but you'll see that there was other options, and the Templar card will decode what those other options someone could have took were. Last but not least, we make premium comics. That's my goal. I'm a graphic technician printer by trade. That means I went to school to run printing presses, do graphic design, image correction. That's why I'm so good at all these graphics and manipulating them, making comics, and honestly, I'm making comics at a high level. So I know what I'm doing. I know how to deal with printers. I know how to work with printers, and I know how to create graphics myself. I'm a professional at that. So that's why I wanted to create a premium comic. So it's collectible. I know it costs a little bit more from Canada to get it shipped. Well, actually, it's cost the same. A lot of people, there's a misconception out there that they're paying more. In Canada, that's what we pay for shipping, pretty much what you're paying. Actually, in some cases, it's cheaper going to the States than it is in Canada because Canada is so wide and how far it has to go. But the States is just almost as wide. But anyways, just an FYI, a lot of people go, hey, the shipping's a little bit expensive. But that's just, there's not much we can do about that. And I have lowered it for this release, and that's pretty much it. I just wanted to give everybody an introduction to things, say hello. I'll be doing a draw next week, and every week I'll be back on here just promoting things, and we'll do the draw next week for the coins, for whoever wins the actual coins over the first week. So that draw will be next week. I'll do that live with a little rolly wheel, and we'll celebrate the winners then. Past that, just get in there and hopefully support it. Let's get this thing rocking. I would love to get early to 1,500, but 1,500 is really just a starting spot. I mean, 5,000 is where I need to get this project to be successful. All the money goes to print it and to keep things going with, and you know, that's not even enough to pay the artists, honestly, the 5,000. I'm not looking to support Rakehell with the finances from this. I'm looking to supplement it and get the, you know, to help with the printing, etc., like that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you had a good time. And we're gonna catch you around, and we'll see you later. I'm gonna play us out with the last. It's just a 1-minute video of the Rakehell trailer. So you all take care of yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you in Rakehell. All right, we are out of here. Like a bald man. This is my joke. I wrote this. Like a bald man, we're out of here. Have a good one, all, and hopefully we'll get your support on Rakehell II on Kickstarter now. Bada boom. Later.